we'd like to welcome filling in for Cindy Munson and Julia Kurt, representing the Oklahoma Democratic Party, State Senator Mark Mann. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
This is quite a treat. We get you 3 weeks in a row, huh?
3 weeks, and Julia will be back next week, I believe.
Yeah, she texted all of us a picture of some palm trees, so she's enjoying the beach somewhere.
I think she's taking a much-needed break.
Without a doubt. Well, also joining us, representing the Republican Party, is State Representative and Speaker Pro Tem of the House, Representative Anthony Moore. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
So you're not fishing today, right?
No, man, I really wish I was. And I'm not, listen, my son loves to fish, is eating up with it. And it's, I enjoy it fine. It's not it's not golf, but it was so much fun. We had such a blast. I'm already ready to go back.
That is awesome. I'm glad you guys got a chance to do that. Well, I thought we'd dive into the nuclear option today, but not the nuclear option that people usually think about with politics. We just found out this week that Oklahoma is one of 5 finalists to host a federal hub on nuclear energy research. So looks like it could spur a lot of economic growth, could get some jobs in the state. Senator Mann, first of all, we don't know that we're necessarily going to get this, but one of 5 finalists, is that a good thing or a bad thing since it's nuclear energy?
Oh, I think it's a great thing to be named as one of the finalists. I'm very excited about this. I mean, Oklahoma's long been an energy powerhouse for the nation, and I think this is an obvious next step. I hope that people don't go to social media and get their information and create hysteria. Nuclear energy that is being implemented today is not the nuclear power plants of 50 years ago. I mean, it's not Chernobyl or 3 Mile Island. It's safe. This will provide a lot of jobs. And then we haven't seen all the details. I think we need to see the details and look at things like water usage to see if it makes sense. But I think it's a great announcement, and I think it's a lot of opportunity for Oklahoma and Oklahoma working families to create new jobs and provide economic opportunity.
Representative Moore, the Democrats are praising it too, so we're not going to have no nukes protests with Jackson Brown and Bonnie Raitt doing a concert against it.
Yeah, no, that's man, you're going way back, but I don't think we have to worry about that. You think about and listen, I want to first and foremost give credit where it's due here. Representative Nick Archer has busted his tail on this. I mean, for years, behind the scenes with nobody knowing, because he didn't want to ruin anything. He didn't want to, he didn't want to let the, horses out of the barn, so to speak. I mean, he has been busting his tail on it, and I couldn't be more proud of him. But you look at National Lab is not just the lab, though. It's all the things that go around it, and it would be a massive economic boon. You look at the Oak Ridge National Lab in Tennessee, just that lab and the complementary parts that go with that lab is a $7 billion a year industry, just the lab. I mean, that's 50% of our state, per year will we spend in the budget. So it would be a phenomenal increase if we could get something like that. And it's not all jobs in the nuclear field; it's all the complementary parts that go with it. But this would be something that would truly be a generational change that would change Oklahoma forever. This is again, I think to Senator Mann's point, this is not, don't think Chernobyl. I want you to think advanced manufacturing, medical isotopes, next generation fuel, aerospace, AI research, workforce development, American energy independence, and phenomenal high-paying jobs. I mean, this would be such a huge win for Oklahoma.
Senator Mann, we're one of 5 finalists. Do we have a timeline on when they're going to award this hub?
I have not seen a timeline of when they're going to award it. I believe it's Oklahoma, Tennessee, Louisiana, Utah, and Idaho are the 5 finalists. And I would think, based on our location, there is some water usage that goes with this. If you're going to generate and refine uranium, we're in a good position, I think, compared to some of those other states in terms of the availability of water. So I think we're in a good spot with the states we're up against. But I haven't heard the timeline on when they're going to make the final decision on who the three will be.
Representative Moore, have you heard anything more?
I think the DOE plans to cut that final list down a little bit in the next year and have it decided not long after that. And so I think that we can expect, we're going to keep the momentum going. We're going to do everything we can. But I expect that we'll probably know something in the next 12 to 18 months.
All right. Of course, another topic that's been getting a lot of attention is the Trump administration is trying to get an aluminum smelter plant in the state near Inola. Both gubernatorial candidates have opinions on that. I don't think we've talked much about it. We'll start with you, Representative Moore. What are your thoughts on this smelter plant? It could add some jobs, but there's environmental concerns, I guess.
Yes, and I think that we need to be diligent in the environmental space. And actually, you'll love this, Todd. I don't have permission to name their names, but I got a call yesterday from a farmer rancher who's married to a Cordell girl who lives and farms right next to the smelter. And they've done some sample toxicology stuff next to the smelter that's in Kentucky, and took it to, labs at a university lab. So it's not some, fly-by-night lab company. And they're really concerned about the fluoride because, you cannot have cattle grazing on high levels of fluoride because that'll pass on, first of all, if a cow survives, it'll be really bad for the humans that ingest it. So, I think there are a lot of things that we need to take our time on and be diligent in the research about. I do actually like the idea of smelters from a energy and, independence standpoint, but we don't want to do it at the risk of our citizens and our safety and, the environment around it. And especially, you look at the watershed. I know that's a big piece of it, and they're not sure where they're going to, dump the chemicals afterwards. And so, I do think that we need to be really smart about this. And I don't think anybody would want the rest of the state putting something in and saying, hey, this is where this is going to go. Now, I will tell you, I don't have a giant heartburn with it being UAE behind it. That part doesn't bother me. I mean, we have foreign-owned companies throughout the state that are phenomenal partners to work with. And so that piece personally doesn't bother me. I know some people have a problem with that, and that's fine. I don't fault anyone for that, but the environmental piece is the piece that really concerns me quite a bit.
The fact that it's in Inola would have bothered me before, but now that Perry Adams and his sons have moved out to Clinton, I don't think we have to worry about the folks in Inola anymore. No, I'm just
kidding. Good. Don't forget about Paige. Everybody
Paige, that's right.
Paige
is out there.
Paige is everybody's favorite. She's back here now too. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I forgot about Paige. How could I? That's wild. So, Senator Mann, I mean, once again, we like industry coming to our state. We like the jobs, but is this one of those things not in my backyard, though, right?
Well, I think, we like industry, but we don't want to destroy the environment to create jobs because that doesn't make sense. And I think this has been fast-tracked, and we've got to do the studies, and you have to have buy-in. If you're going to locate a facility like that, the people in that area need to have buy-in, and that takes time. I think this was fast-tracked. I think the people up there don't want it there. It concerns me, of all the places in the state to put it, putting it in a largely agricultural area that produces a lot of hay and close to a river that feeds into water supplies is concerning. And so I think it's time to pull back and re-examine this and decide if this is really something Oklahoma needs or if we need to pass on it. Because at the end of the day, just creating a job is important, but you can't do that at the cost of other things.
Well, honest answer from both of you. Does it also get political because Donald Trump is the one pushing for this? So, I mean, when you look at the two gubernatorial candidates, the one with the Trump endorsement is for it. The one that doesn't have that endorsement is against it. What if Joe Biden would have recommended? We'll start with you, Senator.
Yeah.
I don't think that the reaction from the citizens of Iowa or Oklahoma would be any different. I think that's not based on Donald Trump or Joe Biden or anything else. Now, I do think if you want to talk about Mike Mazzei was against the smelter plant until he needed the endorsement from Trump, and then all of a sudden he was for it. So he's flip-flopped on that issue, as well as many others, which is little concerning in terms of Mike Mazzei. But, I think that the people that are concerned about it and are against it, it has nothing to do with politics.
Would you concur, Anthony?
Yeah, I absolutely took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, Mike Mazzei was against it until he was told not to be in order to get an endorsement. So that's the only place that the endorsement really comes in. I think the folks locally have been concerned about it. I think that honestly, now, will it impact some of the voting in the gubernatorial race? Yeah, I think so. I think there'll be people to vote one way or the other based on the positions on the smelter. And so I do find that very interesting, of course.
All right. It's a great conversation. We're in the crossfire today with State Senator Mark Mann and State Representative Anthony Moore. Crossfire is brought to you exclusively by ASAP General Stores and Lucille's Roadhouse.
Deer Creek Market and Variety in Hydro, the best in friendly small-town customer service, hosting everything from fresh hand-cut steaks, fresh ground beef made in-house, along with fresh fruits and vegetables, grown and made in Oklahoma nuts, candies, salsas, pickles, and more. And don't forget to check out the Variety side, full of unique made-in-Oklahoma gift items. And now, treat yourself to the brand-new ice cream and coffee parlor, your new go-to spot for a sweet scoop or a fresh brew. Shop Deer Creek Market and Variety in Hydro.
When you're making decisions as important as choosing home health or hospice for a loved one, it's important to ask the right questions. Are they locally owned? Are they proven through years of successful business practices? If necessary, can you transition from home health to hospice with the same care given? You can find all this and more at your locally owned Shepherd Home Health and Hospice. They've been serving Clinton and the surrounding area since 2006 with dependable, local, and reliable care. Shepherd Home Health and Hospice of Clinton. Call today.
It's the hottest month of the year, and Cummins Ford Lincoln in Weatherford is turning up the heat with sizzling deals. The entire Ford lineup is on the lot, and everything's on fire with savings. Get rubber on the road in a new 2026 Ford F-150. Tough, powerful, and ready for anything Oklahoma throws your way. These red-hot savings won't last long. Race to Cummins Ford Lincoln today. Cummins Ford Lincoln in Weatherford, just off I-40, or online at CumminsFordWeatherford.com. Built Ford tough.
From gas to drinks to food, ASAP General Stores have everything you need in one convenient place. Use your kickback cards and rack up those points. It's money back in your pocket to use at any participating location, like Rick's Boots and Outfitters, one of the many convenience stores, or Lucille's Roadhouse in Clinton or Weatherford. And be sure to download the Phillips 66 Fuel Forward app and get up to 10 cents off every gallon of gas. That's ASAP General Stores. Get there ASAP.
Turn back the pages of history. See the Route 66 Porterhouse Diner where Elvis ate a hamburger. Play school in a one-room schoolhouse. Take photos of historic classic cars and trucks, all on display at the Heartland of America Museum in Weatherford, with hundreds of exciting exhibits giving you an up-close look at the life in Weatherford and western Oklahoma, all along Route 66.
Get your kicks on Route 66.
Visit the Heartland of America Museum today, located on South Frontage Road, just off the East Main Weatherford exit between Airport Road.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feel.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
We're back in the crossfire, brought to you by ASAP General Stores and Lucille's Roadhouse. We're discussing some of the political issues of the day with Speaker Pro Tem of the Oklahoma House of Representatives, Anthony Moore, and State Senator Mark Mann, filling in for Cindy Munson and Senator Julia Kurt. Anthony, we'll start with you this time. Wanted to just kind of run down state questions. You know, we spent so much time talking about the governor's race and other races coming up with the runoff, but there's also two state questions that we're going to vote on the 25th. State question 844 and 846. I think maybe the most confusing one is state question 844. Anthony, would you mind kind of explaining what that one's all about?
Yes, 844 is confusing, and, you know, it's difficult. I don't like the way these things get worded sometimes, but I think it was state question 588, you know, years and years and years ago, back in like 1985, it got passed, that creates a manufacturing tax exemption. And the point of this, you know, I'm trying to make this short and sweet, but the point of this is to make sure that we preserve Oklahoma's ability to recruit manufacturers, but also continue to reimburse local governments as required by the Constitution and establish a more transparent process that's fiscally responsible for everyone. That's the high-level view. It does not mean, you know, more or less, you know, it's already put in place it leaves in place what voters put in 1985, but it creates more transparency and makes sure that the people paying the bill, the taxpayers, have a seat at the table, because right now they're kind of left in the dark. That's all that state question 844 is trying to fix. That's why I'm going to vote yes.
Senator Mann, so basically, do I understand it right? When we give these property tax exemptions in communities to manufacturers, the state government kind of reimburses the local governments for the money that they exempted? Is that kind of what it's about?
Correct. For those 5 years, the state appropriates dollars and pays back to those counties and local school districts the money that they would have collected had the exemption not been granted. And I want to make something real clear, because it is confusing. If you look at the ballot, it's about a 5 or 6 inch description on this one. This is not a vote on keeping or eliminating the manufacturing tax credit. That's going to be untouched by this. And I think a lot of people are confused by that. It doesn't eliminate it. What this does is it allows the legislature to set the reimbursement rate. And I've kind of got a problem with that, because the way it's written, it would allow us at the Capitol to determine how much ad valorem we're going to send back to that county. Not necessarily the proper assessed amount. We could send back less. We could determine who gets reimbursed, who doesn't. A lot of problems. It leaves it in the legislator's lap, and I think it should just be like it is now, where the local county does the assessment and they send the bill to the state. I think this opens the opportunity to hurt local school districts and county governments across Oklahoma that utilize this tax credit. So that's why I'm a no.
Representative Moore, address these concerns.
Well, I broke up a little bit and I didn't hear all of that, but, you know, I mean, the reality is this is trying to make sure that folks, for example, in Western Oklahoma, aren't left paying the bill that, you know, is a blank check for our friends in Eastern Oklahoma. I mean, think about if you were trying to build a house and, you know, a home builder said, hey, we're going to build a house. Here's what, you know, this is what you want. Yeah. He says, okay, you in? And you say yes. Then you pay the bill, no matter how much it is, no matter what he charges you. No one else is going to do that. No one would think that's acceptable. Same thing, you know, if you went to go to one of our local car dealers and said, hey, I want this, you know, do you want this car? Yes. Okay, great. Go inside. They'll tell you how much it is. You're already on the hook. Nobody's going to work that way. And that's the way that this tax credit has worked. And it needs to be fixed. We need to make sure that we're not on, you know, because it's just an obvious open loophole for people to take big time advantage of our state and our taxpayers. And we're not going to let that happen anymore. That's why we need to close that fix.
Your response, Senator Mann?
Well, I mean, I vote for things. I have an urban area, and I vote for things all the time that benefit rural Oklahoma. So the idea that a tax credit that's going to be in eastern Oklahoma and be utilized shouldn't be picked up by the entire taxpayers of Oklahoma is just not an accurate statement. We're all in this together. What's good for rural Oklahoma is good for urban Oklahoma. What's good for urban Oklahoma is good for rural Oklahoma. And we band together and provide these credits or services or whatever it is that state government's going to function to benefit the people of the state. And sometimes a tax credit may help people in my district, or it may help people in Representative Moore's district. That's great, as long as that tax credit's being used or that program's being used to solve a problem. And I don't see that it's being abused. If we're talking about equalization and making sure the assessments are accurate, there are already ways that we can do that. This bill really gives us at the Capitol the ability to just tell counties that this credit's being used, and here's what you're going to get, take it or leave it. And I just don't think that's right.
Okay, that's State Question 844. The other state question we're going to vote on, I guess, a little easier to understand. I guess some people, like myself, are asking why. State Question 846, just basically putting into the Constitution our existing voter identification requirement. When you go to the polls, you have to show an ID, either a photo ID or your voter card. Is this overkill, Senator Mann, or is this something that will protect us?
You know, this is political theater. That's all this is. It plays into this national narrative of elections not being safe and election denying. We've done this since 2011. Nobody on either side of the aisle has suggested that we get rid of showing a state-issued ID. It's working. Oklahoma has one of the best election processes in the country. My fear with this is it makes people question the security and the validity of our election system. It's not needed. It's already on the books. This doesn't change anything. The legislature, even with the constitutional amendment, if it were to pass, still determines what that ID is. So this is just political theater, and it's not needed, and that's why I'm a no.
Okay, State Representative Anthony Moore, your response.
Well, it's not going to shock you that I'm an easy yes on this one. I mean, let's talk about the places that require voter ID. Russia, the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, South Korea, Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, Ecuador. I mean, like, come on. This is something that's open and obvious. No one should be against this. I think, from all intents and purposes, I think Senator Mann just said he agrees with it, but he's voting no because he doesn't like the politics of it. We've got to make sure that our elections continue to be secure in the future. Yes, they are now. They should continue to be. This is just pretty simple, and so it's going to be an easy yes for me. We need to codify this, make sure that it stays in the Constitution, no matter what winds of change may come down the line.
All right, I've got the Rufus and Shaka Khan, which you guys can't hear right now, but running out of time, so let's get to our something good. Senator Mann, you're our special guest, so we'll start with you.
Something good. It's going to be 70 degrees tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Representative Moore.
I can think of nothing better.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. So you look at the lows being 70, 67, 64 the next 3 days. That's pretty hard to beat. But my something good, and I'm not going to be on with you guys next week. I am actually taking my crew and doing a little quick getaway next week, and I am looking forward to that very much. We don't, you guys realize, especially Senator Mann, Todd, you'll be there before long, but as your kids get older, you just get less and less time with all of them in the same place. And so I'm looking very much forward to 4 or 5 days away where it's just us and really making some core memories and enjoying time together.
Well, that was great. Yeah, I enjoy it because that's what Dana and Logston and I did last weekend. It was a quick trip down to Texas and Six Flags and to see our really good friends, the Walkers. But it was so refreshing. And I'm like, man, we got to try to do this more often. We live such busy lives, but it's good to get away. So, well, gentlemen, thank you both for being a part of the show. Always enjoy our conversations. And Senator Mann, thanks for filling in, and hopefully you'll be a guest sometime soon.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that is Crossfire, brought to you by our good friends at ASAP General Stores and Lucille's Roadhouse. We've got news coming up next.
It's time for barbecues, boats, and big-time trucks, like the new 2026 GMC Sierra 1500 at Cummins in Weatherford. Right now, get employee pricing for everyone on new 2026 1500 models and hit the summer hard with power, performance, and play. Kicking boats and taking waves. This is your time for fun. Have it all and drive away in your your new truck today. Cummins, Cadillac, Chevrolet, GMC in Weatherford, I-40 and Airport Road, or online at CumminsBPG.com. GMC, we are professional grade. See dealer for details.
All right, 7:35. It is the Western Oklahoma Wake Up Show. Hey, raining really good down in Cloud Chief right now. They've got a pretty good thunderstorm, especially on the west side of town. And once again, getting a few showers here at the radio station north of Weatherford. Some rain along I-40 all the way to the Bridgeport exit. I think we got John Matthews standing by.
It still amazes me how often the rain looks like it couldn't miss Weatherford. It's not possible. There's no way. Look at that big, thick line. And sure enough, it gets there and just splits. What?
But at least we got a little something.
Did we? I think.
Yeah, it's raining outside right now.
I'll give
just
you
a
that,
little
but
bit.
I promise you drive downtown right now. I don't think it is. Like, it's just, there's not
well, radar is showing that there's some very light rain.
Okay.
At the high school and downtown in just one little area.
Okay.
From like southwestern down Davis.
One chord, the astronaut. The astronaut's getting rain right now.
Yeah, that's why he's got a visor.
That makes sense. It makes sense. Oh, big weekend plans?
You know, actually not huge. Our big weekend was last weekend, going down to Six Flags, but we're going down to Cordell. Tomorrow, I don't know if you know, is a national holiday.
Tomorrow, August
1st, yeah. We celebrate it every year. Don't you know what it is?
I'm stuck, no.
It's Todd Bruner Day.
Oh, is it Todd Bruner's birthday tomorrow?
Or as I prefer to say, my name day.
Your name.
Like Game of Thrones.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, guess how old I'm going to be tomorrow.
Oh, let's see here. You've been around for a while. You're definitely older than me, but you're not as old as my grandparents. Your dad is 90-something, I think.
Yeah, he's 90.
All right, here's my deduction of math. I'm going to say you are, this is on the verge of saying something offensive, 64.
You bastard.
Whoa.
God, do I look? No.
No?
I'm going to be 61.
Okay, hey!
Now, most people think that I'm younger.
You literally were in my brain right there for a minute. I got to your dad was 90. I knew I'm 42. I knew you're older than me, and you were kind of old when I was in college, which was 20 years ago. I'm just doing that's how my brain kind of figures it out.
No, you were close. And, my brother just turned 64. He's got 3 years on me, except he has a full head of hair.
That's what I forgot to ask.
What is up with that?
Do you have an older are you the oldest or the youngest?
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
See, that would have gotten there then.
Yeah,
there.
no.
Oh, wait,
all right.
That's not you. Hold on.
No.
Just false alarm. False. Don't tell Mike Smith. Here we go. That's
there we
better.
go.